Hey guys, I'm Gora and this is Alana. And today we're going to be doing a little Q&A about questions you might have before working with Kula Imports.
Yeah, so at Kula Imports, we help clients furnish their dream spaces with handcrafted furniture made in Indonesia. We work with local groups of craftsmen who create some of the most beautiful and exquisite pieces out of exotic materials like stones and woods, and we offer them to clients at US wholesale prices, which is insane.
Crazy.
I think that we're revolutionizing really the way that people can source furniture. We've implemented a new system where we help clients create their custom pieces. We overlook the whole manufacturing process, quality control, and then we organize all of the logistics and shipping so clients can have a fun and seamless experience.
And we actually are based in Oahu, Hawaii, but we serve all 50 states. At the end of the day, our containers arrive at your doorstep no matter where you are. We also are starting to work in Central and South America, and we really have plans to work anywhere in the world.
Yeah, so no matter where you are, if you're interested, hit us up. But for right now, we're gonna just dive into the questions.
Let's do it.
Who is Kula Imports intended for?
I would say Kula Imports is intended for new homeowners, Airbnb hosts, commercial spaces, designers, realtors, pretty much anyone who's trying to design their space, make it their own, and wants to get wholesale pricing and wants to come to like a one-stop shop for everything that they need.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Who would it not be intended for?
One person it probably wouldn't be intended for is for if you're looking to get your stuff like right now. The second person I'd say that we're not really geared towards is people who are trying to order low quantity. We do have a tag-along program, but for the most part, we're really geared towards clients that want to furnish their entire space.
And they have a little bit of time to get the furniture in.
Yeah. Okay, here's a question for you. What's so special about designing your house with Kula Imports?
Every item you get is one-of-a-kind piece. It's handcrafted to fit your space perfectly. Nothing is mass-produced. Everything is made from high-quality raw materials like stones, exotic woods, natural fibers, and it all comes in at wholesale prices. And also, there's a really cool creative part of the process of working with us where you can customize either one to all the pieces that you get in your order. And then I want to add one more thing, that we are, like you mentioned, a one-stop destination. So people can come to us to source all their furniture and all their decor, or at least most of it, versus having to shop around and go to all these places to piece things together in their house.
Yeah, I love that part, honestly. That if I was buying a house, I would be thrilled to just stop at one place and know I'm getting a really good deal. I have another question for you.
Yeah.
What's the process like working with Kula Imports?
Yeah, so the first step is we want to make sure that you're a good fit to work with us, we're a good fit for you. So we like to get on a call, understand your project better, answer any questions that you may have. And then if we determine that we are a good fit to work together, we start our onboarding process, which can look a little bit different depending on your project and what type of client you are. So, you may be an independent homeowner, you may come to us with a designer, you may be looking for design support, or you may be a designer. So depending on who you are, we have a tailored way of working together. But essentially the basics is we start onboarding through the selection process of helping you create or select your pieces. We send you quotes on them. Once you confirm them, we basically put things into production. We overlook production, send you photos, updates for approval, and then once everything is ready to go, we organize all the logistics to get it shipped to you.
Okay, here's a question that we get all the time actually, which is funny. Because we have said that we can bring people's Pinterest board back to life, but what does that really mean?
Yeah, so it means what it means. It's kind of literal. Most people when they're designing a new space, they end up in Pinterest and they're saving pins and items that they would love their space to have or look like, aesthetics. And then that dream is usually very short-lived when you realize that sometimes it's hard to find those items. Sometimes they're way over budget or they don't fit your space.
I'd say majority of the time, your Pinterest board doesn't actually end up looking the same.
Yeah, exactly. If you have photos of items from Pinterest, you can literally send them to us and we can recreate them to fit your space. So we can, make them to your dimensions, we can customize them if you want.
Or find really close matches that are in stock in local craftsmen's shop.
So say someone's furnishing their house, do they need a designer to work with Kula?
No. I would say that having a designer is always helpful. and that for certain clients, depending on like where they're coming from, what they're trying to achieve, that yes, you do need a designer. I'd say that we have a lot of clients that they just come with their Pinterest board or even a PDF file of everything that they want compiled, and we're able to produce pretty much that PDF. Of course, we work with designers, we work with clients that have their own designers, and we have our own designers in Indo that can create renderings, drawings of pieces that you want, along with do interior design of your home.
Yeah.
So there's many different options working with us, but at the baseline, you don't need a designer to work with us.
Yeah. And like usually if you're not sure, you can always talk to us too, and we can help you figure out or understand if you do need some extra support or not. And we can also share the resources we have, and you can see if that's, enough.
Yeah, exactly. Another common question is, what is the time frame it usually takes to get furniture delivered? That's start to finish.
Ideally 4 months. There is a give and take there depending on how fast we do the first part of the process, which is like the selecting the pieces, confirming the order, and getting them into production. Usually though, we recommend that taking about 2 weeks. And then you're looking at 4 to 5 weeks to produce custom pieces and about 6 weeks for delivery. If you have a more rushed order, there is also the possibility of working with in-stock items, which are basically items that are already created that can be close matches to what you want. So there is a little bit of variation there, but give or take, you're looking at 4 months. So what's the minimum order?
Really for us is a 20-foot container. Our model, it works by giving people a wholesale rate for buying all their furniture through us. So it's really a container load. That being said, we do have a tag-along program really geared towards filling like the last 10% of someone's container. Question that you might get is like how much fits into a 20-foot container or even into a 40-foot container.
Yeah, especially if you're not used to working with containers.
And we actually created some documents, and it's actually in a link below of like all the things that might fit in a 20-foot container.
So you can have a visual.
Container. Yeah, it's just a visual reference really. And you could probably fit more, or depending on the size, maybe a little bit less, but it's right in the area of everything that you could fit. 20-foot,
I would say like typically like a 2 to 3 bedroom house.
Yeah, single family home in a 20-foot and a multifamily home in a 40-foot.
Who makes the furniture that I ordered through Kula?
A bunch of different villages and families that actually they all specialize in different things, in wood, rattan, stone. There's a lot of different craftsmen, a lot of different people. There's no real big players in the Indonesia furniture market. So it's really up to us to find the right craftsmen to make high quality pieces.
Yep.
And that's been our job since day one. Before we even started the company, we spent a lot of time in Indonesia just making sure that who we're going to be working with is like spot on 100%. They're the people.
And then a follow-up with that is, how can clients assure quality and that they're going to be happy with the pieces they order? And if they aren't happy, can they get a refund?
Throughout the process of working on this, there's about 3 opportunities that you get to put your order in, to make changes, to make color changes, and before it finally leaves, there's one more phase where you can actually make any adjustments that you want in Indo before it's all packed. That being said, when it arrives, we're a little bit more strict about refunds, but refunds are always valid if it has anything to do with damaged piece, wrong size that was ordered. Really, there's a variety of reasons you may be valid for a refund, and that's all part of working with us. We are always, our number one job is to always make sure that the client's satisfied.
If somebody's on a budget, could they still work with Kula Imports?
Yeah, there's a variety of different ways that you can still work with us. There's grades of wood that you can use. Grades mean different cuts of the tree. There's also ready stock items that you can use, things that are already made that they're close matches to what you were already looking for. And for a lot of clients, they'll come to us with like, hey, like I have, my master bedroom and my living room that I want to really make special, and I have like bedroom 1 and 2, want to make them nice, but we don't have to put as much emphasis sourcing grade A custom furniture for those rooms. So there's always options to do kind of different things. I think at the end of the day, everything is always really, really beautiful, and it really comes out nice. There's many different ways that you can work with us, whether you're on a budget, you're on no budget.
Just to add to that, like we also like to be really transparent with our clients. Like Roy said, we'll always give you different options, different tiers of items. And if you want to share with us your budget too, we can work within your budget to show you pieces that match.
Always.
What are some of the challenges that we have to manage when we work as an international business with Bali, Indonesia, and the US?
I think that the first thing that we noticed was there's a work ethic difference between Bali and the US. Here in the US, we're very fast paced. You send us a request and we need to have that request within a day or two filled out, right? When we send those requests to Indo, it can be a day, it could be 3 days, it could be 4 days, right? So for us, it's definitely like a little bit different working with them in that regard. That being said, I think that they love what they do and that they are very passionate about that.
Yeah.
They're actually, it's like really their reputation is very important to them. And I think that they love what they do, but they also value making sure that they do it right. We're able to kind of be that middle grounds between the US and Bali.
Respecting
and respect both cultures and the way that we all work.
Yeah.
The other challenge I found was the holidays in Bali. Some holidays, they last a full month. Still, you can really work around that by just being aware of them, and that's where we've gotten, is that we are aware of the holidays and we can plan ahead at least for them.
And I think that, we're really blessed also to have really great partners in Indonesia that we can rely on and trust.
Exactly.
Because there is so many people there that we could work with, but I feel like
trust
having
it's really everything. If we weren't able to trust the people we work for by us been there, we wouldn't be able to really have our business and confidently do our business. We do our business with a lot of confidence because we trust the people we work with 100%. Okay, here's one of my favorites is how can we really benefit designers?
For designers, Kula Imports is like a massive resource because we allow designers to stay in their zone of genius, in their creative space, and then we take care of all of the manufacturing, the production, the logistics to get those pieces to them. And we give them the resources to be able to create, right? Because like a lot of times I feel like designers could have ideas, but then like they can't be implemented.
Free range to do pretty much anything that they can conceive in a fashion that it's not gonna be so expensive that the client at the end of the day is gonna be like, I can't do that because it's just, it's too crazy.
The other thing is we do have various ways of working with designers. We have sample kits of woods and fabrics that we can give designers to help them, showcase to their clients like what is possible. So definitely reach out to us if you are a designer, if you're interested. We'll send you our partner deck and more information and we can talk more about it. Do any other businesses compare to what we do?
I would say no. And the reason I say that is because what we do is very different, very unique from anything, especially on a local scale in your local area. Because of the fact that if you go to like a Bali store to buy furniture pieces, you're going to be spending, a lot of money for individual pieces, rightfully so, because they have shop overhead and they have, a lot of different variables. That they have to charge, and for the most part, when you're going to one of those stores, you're usually only buying a few pieces, right? Same as when you go to Red Knot, Ashley's, Target, really anywhere that you go to buy furniture, a retail experience. What we create is a wholesale experience, which I believe that as a client who is buying all of the furniture at one place, that client should be given wholesale. But that's just not a factor. It really isn't. When you're buying all your furniture for your home, is that you're not paying any less than someone who is buying one piece somewhere. So I think that is one of the biggest advantages of working with us, and it's what sets us apart from anyone else.
Well, and I would say like a massive one too is the fact that you can customize almost any piece, right?
Exactly.
So a lot of times when you go to a retail shop, like you're stuck with what they have, the dimensions they have, and it's gonna either fit your space or it's not. And so the fact that you can look at every nook in your house and have an idea and bring it to life is pretty cool too, because then your space is your own.
Guys, that's going to kind of conclude some of the Q&A that we're doing right now. Things come up all the time. I'm sure that there's a million more questions you might have that you can always contact us. You can email us, call us, text us. We also have more documents and information in the comment section below. And
we'll drop off our social media too. We're always posting in there like new projects, new pieces, so you can see kind of like stay up to date to what we're creating. And we do have a massive catalog that you can either choose from or use it as inspiration, but definitely reach out for that.
That's about it for now, guys. We hope to hear from you guys soon.